Mr. Speaker, more and more I am troubled by a simple question. Will Donald Trump be the last president ever elected by a free and fair election? Because that certainly seems to be the plan. In 2024, Donald Trump said,
"Get out and vote. Just this time, you won't have to do it again."
In 2023, he said he would be a dictator on day one. And in 2021, after he lost, he tried to overturn the election, which led to people attacking this chamber where we stand right now. When Donald Trump talks about elections, he does not hide what he wants. He keeps talking about taking over elections, and his number one legislative priority is the SAVE Act. The only one thing that this bill is designed to save is Donald Trump's political future. This bill would create a paperwork nightmare for millions of Americans. The SAVE Act requires documents that millions of citizens do not have in order to vote. That's right, even the new Real ID driver's licenses we all had to get don't meet the standard. Even military IDs wouldn't count. You'll need a passport, which costs you about $160 and takes weeks to receive, or your birth certificate. Mr. Speaker, did you know that half of the country does not have a passport and millions more don't have access to their birth certificate? And then there are married women who might have changed the documents on their name, and so now they don't match because they changed their name. The SAVE Act also ends online and by mail voter registration. So good luck registering to vote if you have a job, have a family, or live far from your county seat or board of elections. Add it all up, and millions of American citizens will lose their right to vote. Because this bill is designed to give the Stephen Millers of the world every opportunity they can to find or kick people off voting rolls. And if Congress passes the SAVE Act, it will be the first time since Jim Crow that our legislature has acted to make our democracy smaller, not larger. Mr. Speaker, Donald Trump is many things, but a mystery he is not, and nor is what he is trying to do.